people that are being open to new experiences, and they're out of the ordinary. They don't try to be part of the status quo. That's what I like a great deal about this place. And they're not trying to be anyone but themselves. And they're trying to help themselves in ways that actually help them. Not the traditional Western way that's been like really permeating Australian culture. Because it's like there are a number of things about the government and the health industry and about how much people in certain places with a lot of money have a lot of control over just everyone's actions and perspectives. So the people here don't really buy into it, and that's what really drew me. But I moved here with my parents, so that's something that I've learnt that I've really liked and appreciated. I moved to Nimbin 3 years ago, and I visited it a couple of times before that, but I only moved here 3 years ago, and before I moved here, it was quite a bit different. Like, it's changed quite a bit recently. Maybe from your perspective, it hasn't changed much. Well, it's pretty cool. But certain things have been going on in Nimbin that have been affecting the town's vibe, or just how productive it could be. Mainly just chemical drugs. So methamphetamines, ice, that's has come into the town recently. And not only just chemical drugs, but people's perspective on life has changed. Like what they're actually here to do. They're not like for giving to people. They're out for themselves. And I think that's influenced a lot of it. I've been hearing a lot of stories about people ripping off tourists and just generally not treating everyone equally, which is crappy, because that makes people not want to come here. And people coming here is what keeps Nimbin alive at the moment. So I'd like to see change definitely in the future. Or right now would be nice. Right now.
I think it's a tourist town, and I think that's good, but the problem with that is that tourist destinations often change dramatically because of that influx of money. People who have money want to come here and make more money, because that's how capitalism works, and that mindset of always needing more. Like, there's never enough. So they come here and they see that they can make a lot of money, and they change the town, and they change the dynamic, which leads basically to the killing of the town, or it becomes something different. And I'm not going to say not worthwhile, but the experience isn't as pure as it used to be. Like, I'm sure Byron Bay 20 years ago, or even 10 years ago, would have been maybe a bit more like this town. But it became a tourist destination, and everyone came in, and now it's where a lot of wealthy people hang out, and tourists go to have a party, but they don't have any connection to the land. They don't try to take care of the land.
Well, I don't see that aspect of it there. And it's all about pleasure without any responsibility for their actions. Yeah, um, that's about the war on drugs, and that's part of the problem. I think a lot of the police action, like I was talking about the war on drugs earlier, has been as a result of people trying to be controlled here, because they want to control this. They don't want to see people with free minds. People in high places with lots of money are trying to control things that don't need to be controlled. For example, marijuana, and basically every drug known to man wouldn't have a black market trade if they just legalized it. There wouldn't be kids overdosing on drugs at parties if it was if people would just like, what's the word? Oh, Jazz started singing. Regulate it. If drugs were just regulated rather than fought against, I think it would all work out a bit better. Because when you don't have a black market trade for drugs, you don't have the associated crime with it either. You won't have like big drug wars and turf wars for things. So people are forced really to just do something else when it's regulated. I mean, they might sell drugs, but if you can access it at a pharmacist for cheaper, and you know it's going to be good quality, and you know you're not going to get hurt, you know what's in it, then what else are you going to do? Like, that's just what you're going to do. You're just going to go to the pharmacist and be like, I'd like this, I'd like to try this for these reasons. And you'd be able to do it, and nobody would care. Nobody'd say boo. There wouldn't be such a big drama with other people judging you for taking drugs. Like, for example, like the people in highly religious and conservative places definitely have a different attitude towards people who do drugs, and that would change as well, and we'd have a bit more of a community feeling. I think that's what is really lacking. Like, that's some of the better stuff that's in Nimbin. There is, like, I know it's been influenced, town's been influenced by some drugs coming into town, and certain people's perspectives on life is different. But there are always some people trying to work for the betterment of everyone, not just themselves. So it's nice to see that, and that's one of the positive things that I'm enjoying about this town, and I'd like to get more involved in. There's a lot of things I would like to learn, and I think Nimbin's the only place that I could really learn them. Yeah, where you're free to act and there's no judgment. I'm gonna make a future in Nimbin. I want to see how... I'd like to see it as it was maybe 30, 40 years ago, but... And if I can sort of create a little bit of a community like that, I'd love to. And I'm just trying to embody... I'm just trying to be the best self that I can be, and I think that will attract the right things into my life. And if I stay in Nimbin, I guess Nimbin will be a part of that.